beautiful night for Cubs baseball here on WGN Sports, and we are in the Budweiser bleachers for our annual broadcast out with the fans as the Cubs look for their 6th consecutive win. They have won 11 of 12. They've got a 4-game lead currently for the 2nd wildcard spot in the National League. And great to have you with us. We're out in the Budweiser patio. What a gorgeous night. The weather has really cooperated here on this homestand. And the Bats have too, haven't they, JD?
Yeah, indeed they have. Cubs have won 11 of 12 early on in that streak. The pitching kind of led the way, but lately the Bats have been red hot. You talked about it last night. The approach has been relentless from these Cub hitters all year long. They've been at or near the top of the league in terms of a pitches per plate appearance. They continue, and I hate to use the cliche, but they do continue to grind out at bats. When we take a look at some numbers over the last 8 games, opposing starters averaging just 4 1/3 innings per start. The Brewers last night as a team threw close to 200 pitches. Starters having a 7.68 ERA against the Cubs in this stretch, and no opposing starter has completed 6 innings in the last 8 games.
The last opposing starter to do that was Matt Garza on August 1st. He went 6 innings against the Cubs. And Jason Hamill goes into this start 7-0 lifetime against the Brewers. Cubs baseball from the bleachers coming up next.
This is an iPhone. And it comes with something amazing. An app store with over 1.5 million of the best apps available. That's over 1.5 million. Hand-picked. Awe-inspiring. Just plain surprising. Who knew a phone could do that? Apps. If it's not an iPhone, it's not an iPhone.
I've been racing on the Hellman a long time. I wanted to be a TT racer and TT winner. It's the longest circuit in the world. It's the toughest circuit in the world. It's got to be the most dangerous circuit in the world. But I just can't help it. He's got hold of me and he won't let go.
Want a seat in every stadium in the league? MLB Extra Innings and Xfinity from Comcast put you in the front row for your favorite team wherever you live. With up to 80 out-of-market games a week, you can watch the games you want to watch all season long. Plus, with the X1 Sports app, you can get live scores in real time and easily switch between close games. Order MLB Extra Innings right now for just 4 easy payments of $49.75 each. Call 1-800-XFINITY or visit Comcast.com/sports today.
Hello! Not getting enough oomph out of your energy drink? Then try an extra strength 5-hour energy shot. Its beefed up blend of vitamins, nutrients, and caffeine make it the very definition of extra strength. Plus, every great flavor has 0 sugar and 4 calories. So, for an energy shot that really pulls its own weight, switch to extra strength 5-hour energy. Oh, could you go left up here?
Budweiser, still brewed the hard way. This Bud's for you. Honda, great deals are happening at the Honda Summer Clearance Event. Now at your Honda dealer. Napa, home of Napa know-how. Ford, America's best-selling brand, inviting you to go further in our fuel-efficient vehicles. Check out our entire lineup at your Ford store or at localfordstores.com. Subway, make a smart play for savory subs this season. Score more flavor at Subway restaurants. Subway, eat fresh. And by Southwest Airlines, book your low fare now at southwest.com. Chicago Cubs baseball in beautiful high definition on WGN TV is brought to you by Xfinity, your home for the most live sports. Let's get the Brewers starting lineup written out by manager Craig Counsell. Replaced Braun earlier this season. Shane Peterson in the leadoff spot once again, but he's playing center tonight. Jonathan Lucroy, the catcher, bats second ahead of Ryan Braun and Adam Lind, who had a big night in Game 1. Davis, Jeanette, Segura, Hernan Perez playing third, and former Cub Matt Garza batting ninth. Jason Hamill is ready to work, trying to improve on his perfect 7-0 mark against Milwaukee. 2-0 this season. And we are underway as Peterson fouls on a fastball at 93.
7-0 with a 2.18 ERA against the Brewers in his career through 9 starts. For the Cubs this year, he's 6-5 with a 3.17 ERA. He's making his 22nd start.
Just missed the inside corner. 32 years old, 6'6", 225, Jason Hamill. See the numbers for Peterson. He was in right last night for Ryan Braun. Back in center tonight, makes his 12th straight start. He's been good lately.
That journeyman type guy. He spent a lot of time in AAA, not a whole lot of time in the big leagues. Not a lot of power, not a lot of speed, but a high average hitter as a minor leaguer.
Called strike 3. Good start for Hamill. 1 away here in the first.
Cubs defensively tonight aligned the same way they have the 3 previous games, with Miguel Montero back in action. He's behind the plate. Outfield Schwarber, Fowler, Soler. Infield Bryant, Russell, Coughlin, and Rizzo.
Here's Lucroy, lined out twice hard to third last night, went 0 for 4. And hitless in his last 15 at bats.
Feel like chattering? Now we're out here in the bleachers.
Yeah, let's have at it.
He can't hit. He can't hit. He can't hit. So better.
The 1-0 right down the middle, and he blew it past him. A foul tip, actually. And it's 1-1. Trip Gibson is the man calling balls and strikes. Joliet's Mark Carlson, the crew chief, at first. Gabe Morales at second. And Eric Cooper over at third. Giants lost at home today, 2-0 to the Astros. So the Cubs lead in the wild card is at 4. It's for the second spot, and they're 2.5 behind the Pirates, who are in St. Louis again tonight for the top wild card position. 8.5 behind first place St. Louis.
Hamill just snapped off a real good slider. He's fastball slider primarily. He used his curveball a little bit more in his last start.
Swing and a miss for strike 3. Gorgeous night, wind blowing in, not very hard. Paul Conrad was talking, but we can't hear him. But he's telling you it's 74 with an east wind at 7.
Just got a little chillier in here.
At first I thought you were referencing the sun going down behind the
the
stands, but it's Ryan Braun coming to the plate.
Of the fans for Braun.
Back stiffness kept him out of the lineup last night. He pinch hit late, went 0 for 1. And he sends a fly ball very deep left. Schwarber will watch it go. That's number 250 in Ryan Braun's career, and his last home run was off Jason Hamill in Milwaukee on July 31st. So he's now 1 off the club record set by Robin Yount.
The first pitch ambush there from Ryan Braun, 15th home run that Jason has allowed this year. Just a little get over slider, hovered out over the outer third. And that's number 20 on the year for Braun.
So Yount hit 251 in his long Brewer career, and Ryan Braun just 1 behind him. And ball 1 on Adam Lind. He had 2 hits last night, a double, a home run, and he scored twice. Well, the Cubs have not trailed much lately, have they?
No, they have not.
I think this is only the second inning during this streak here, these last 6 games, including tonight, in which they have trailed. They trailed in 1 inning during the entire San Francisco series. 3-0 on Lind.
Well, this is a Brewer club, obviously, that's been hurt with the trades. Aramis Ramirez back to Pittsburgh. Gerardo Parra gone, Carlos Gomez gone, but they still have some dangerous guys in the middle of this order. I mean, Troy, Braun, Lynn, Davis, pretty solid.
It's Craig Counsell. Brewers going through a major transition right now. Ron Renicky was let go early. A month into the season after a 7-18 start. Counsell was in the front office. They've gone 41-48 with him as their manager. They have spent all but 2 game days this season in last place. Doug Melvin stepping down and moving to an advisory role, and he is running the club while they do look for a new GM. So 2-out walk after the Braun home run. It's not rebuilding, though. I think they're calling it a reset.
Reset, okay.
Detroit called it a reboot.
I've heard retooling from some teams.
Right. There's the left fielder, Chris Davis, and he takes a slider low.
And I'm not slinging any arrows at the Brewers or anybody else in baseball, because I don't know exactly what their philosophy is and how aggressive they're going to be at tearing it down before building it back up. But that was the one thing I really admired about the Cubs, how honest they were with their fans. They look, folks, this could get ugly here for a while. Some, especially on the business side of the operation, some folks are really nervous about words like rebuild.
One and one on Davis. He's got a couple of 2-homer games over his last 7. 12 knocked in. And he could not hold up on the slider. We are in the Budweiser patio in right field. And that is our view tonight.
There we are. We're going to get some action out here tonight.
I have a feeling. Hopefully not until the bottom of an inning, however.
Coughlin's going to hit us one.
Okay. That's toward third, picked up by Chris Bryant. Off balance throw. Good stretch by Rizzo, and that will end the inning. Ryan Braun with a home run, and it's Milwaukee 1. The Cubs coming up. The red line stops at Addison.
I've been racing on the Hellman a long time. I wanted to be a TT racer and TT winner. It's the longest circuit in the world. It's the toughest circuit in the world. It's got to be the most dangerous circuit in the world. But I just can't help it. He's got hold of me and he won't let go.
Want a seat in every stadium in the league? MLB Extra Innings and Xfinity from Comcast put you in the front row for your favorite team wherever you live. With up to 80 out-of-market games a week, you can watch the games you want to watch all season long. Plus, with the X1 Sports app, you can get live scores in real time and easily switch between close games. Order MLB Extra Innings right now for just 4 easy payments of $49.75 each. Call 1-800-XFINITY or visit Comcast.com/sports today.
Hey, can you recommend the safest kind of paint for a baby's room?
So you basically want to make your baby's room safe. Got it.
Start with bubble wrap, aisle 7.
Or insulation. You just put that on the walls for cushion.
Oh, goggles.
Got to protect the eyes.
Because babies blink so slow. It's like this.
Kind of creepy.
If you're not talking to your Benjamin Moore retailer, who are you talking to? Because only an authorized Benjamin Moore retailer can give you expert advice and premium Benjamin Moore paint to get the job done right.
Times in his career 1-3 against his former team. And here's the Southwest Airlines Cubs batting order. Again, brought to you by Southwest Airlines. Book your low fare now at southwest.com. Joe's not making many changes these days. We've seen this lineup here the last several games. Fowler, Schwarber, Coughlin, Rizzo, Bryant, Soler, Montero, Hamill, and Russell.
Check in with the Brewers defensively. Davis, Peterson, Braun, left, center, and right. Hernan Perez, Gene Segura, Scooter Gennett, Adam Lynn, third to first, Jonathan Lucroy. He's really good behind the plate. And Matt Garza on the mound for the Brewers. Been a tough go for Garza this year. 6 up, 12 down, an ERA just under 5. But better of late. Really good last time out. And a 2.55 ERA and 4 post All-Star break starts.
What a night. Clear skies everywhere you look. Garza in his 10th major league season. Twins, Rays, Cubs, Rangers, and now in his second year with the Brewers. A bell-tie fastball for a strike to Dexter Fowler.
4-pitch mix for Garza. Fastball, slider, curve, and change.
Sinking action that time. 91 for strike 2. He's been pretty good. He spent some time recently on the disabled list. Right shoulder tendonitis. Just a couple of weeks in July.
Now, one of those 4 starts was 2 starts ago against the Cubs, August 1st in Milwaukee. 6 innings, 4 hits, 3 runs. Was a losing pitcher. Last time out, he allowed just 2 hits in 7 innings of 1-run ball. That was against the Pods.
Change up in the dirt. Yeah, you could say he made one mistake in that start against the Cubs as he gave up an early 3-run homer to Anthony Rizzo. But he said after the game it was a good pitch. He couldn't believe Rizzo got on top of it and pulled it into the stands and right. We're going to look at it a little later. Dexter Fowler our way, deep right, and Braun makes a catch about 20 feet in front of us. Thought that was the one.
It had the look, didn't it? Pretty good swing on it. Ball is that looks like the wind's blowing in a little bit, as it does almost every night here at Wrigley this year. Kyle Schwarber absolutely crushed the ball to center field last night. That did not get out of here.
Swing and a miss. Pitch was up a little bit. He has scored a run in 8 consecutive games. No hitter was thrown today. Hisashi Iwakuma of the Mariners. 3 walks, but no hits against the Baltimore Orioles. So had some action earlier to talk about a little later. It's a good curve, 1-2. Garza coming back, and he just simply blew that past him at 95 miles an hour. That's the power display by Matt Garza.
Well, one of the advantages we have of being out here in the bleachers, we're not all that far from the Brewer bullpen. And I was watching Garza's warm-up. The ball looked like it was jumping out of his hand pretty good. And well executed there. He went fastballs up, breaking balls down, never threw anything in the happy zone for Schwarber, who on occasion, well, like 99.9% of big league hitters chase that elevated fastball.
Chris Coughlin, 10th time he's hit third. The Cubs have won all 9 games in which he has batted third to date. Spending a lot of time during batting practice working on the double play turns at second.
Yeah, so whether you're superstitious or not, if you're the manager of the club and you're 9-0, the guy hitting third, you
right.
don't monkey with it, right? Yeah.
In the air to left. Davis has it. Continue to feature summertime music here on WGN. After one, it's Milwaukee 1 and the Cubs nothing.
I've been racing on the Alaman a long time. I wanted to be a TT racer and TT winner. It's the longest circuit in the world. It's the toughest circuit in the world. It's got to be the most dangerous circuit in the world. But I just can't help it. He's got hold of me and he won't let go.
If you want the best of baseball all season long, Xfinity from Comcast gives you the best seat in the house. With MLB Network, you get live games 4 nights a week with 24/7 insider coverage and live look-ins every night. Plus, with the X1 Sports app, you get easy access to live scores so you can keep track of games around the league. Upgrade to digital preferred TV to get MLB Network for a great low price. Call 1-800-XFINITY or visit Comcast.com/sports today.
Hey, can you recommend the safest kind of paint for a baby's room?
So you basically want to make your baby's room safe. Got it.
Start with bubble wrap aisle 7.
Or insulation. You just put that on the walls for cushion.
Oh, goggles.
Got to protect the eyes.
Because babies blink so slow. It's like this.
Kind of creepy.
If you're not talking to your Benjamin Moore retailer, who are you talking to? Because only an authorized Benjamin Moore retailer can give you expert advice and premium Benjamin Moore paint to get the job done right. Benjamin Moore. Paint like no other.
T-Mobile now extends your home field beyond the borders at no extra charge. Get 4G LTE data in Mexico and Canada, just like in the U.S. And call and text as much as you want to and from the United States, Mexico, and Canada. You heard right. Unlimited calls to any phone, even mobile, in Mexico and Canada. For free. It's included with Simple Choice plans. Only T-Mobile gives you coverage and calling in 3 countries for the price of 1.
5 in a row, and 11 of 12 as Scooter Gennett will lead off the top of the second. Cubs 11-1 over their last dozen. This is the best 12-game stretch the Cubs have had since a 12-game winning streak in 2001. It's been a while. Outside on Gennett. It's our job, I guess, to analyze, but I think internally and just talking to some people inside the Cubs clubhouse, these are the kind of stretches you don't want to try to figure out too much, right? Just show up, play.
Yeah.
Left field, Schwarber, and that ball off the wall, and Gennett's got a double. Wish I could tell you what actually happened, but I didn't really see it. I saw it carom.
It's hard to follow it here. He juiced it. He hit it hard, and we're going to look at it here. And that's showing a little opposite field pop here. Halfway up the wall.
Yeah, he didn't miss a home run by very much. So that is a leadoff double, and it'll bring up Segura.
Well, here's my analysis of this hot streak. One, the starting pitching, especially early on during the streak, was really good. There's a maturity you've seen from the Cub young hitters of late. I was talking with John Maley about that this afternoon around the batting cage. We talked a lot about Addison Russell's at-bats in the second half of the year. You're seeing it from Soler now. More patience.
By Segura. Hamill's got to hurry. He got in front of third. Out there, a double play. What a play by Anthony Rizzo. 1, 3, 5. Gennett can't believe it.
Scooter scooted a little too far, and you really got to hurry with Segura. He can really fly. No hesitation from Rizzo as Gennett takes an aggressive turn at third base. Should have burned a timeout. Great play by Rizzo. The Cubs have been aggressive all year long. Joe Madden trusts his guys to make plays. If you're afraid of making a mistake, maybe you don't make that throw.
That is a great defensive play. You could just tell Jeanette was shocked he even threw it. Perez pops it up. Rizzo's got it in foul territory, and he's excited as he heads off the field. Jason Hamill loves it, and it's still 1-0 in the second.
I've been racing on the Hellman a long time. I wanted to be a TT racer and TT winner. It's the longest circuit in the world. It's the toughest circuit in the world. It's got to be the most dangerous circuit in the world. But I just can't help it. He's got hold of me and he won't let go.
If you want the best of baseball all season long, Xfinity from Comcast gives you the best seat in the house. With MLB Network, you get live games 4 nights a week with 24/7 insider coverage and live look-ins every night. Plus, with the X1 Sports app, you get easy access to live scores so you can keep track of games around the league. Upgrade to digital preferred TV to get MLB Network for a great low price. Call 1-800-XFINITY or visit Comcast.com/sports today.
T-Mobile now extends your home field beyond the borders at no extra charge. Get 4G LTE data, unlimited calls and texts in Mexico and Canada just like in the U.S. That's coverage in 3 countries for the price of 1, only from T-Mobile.
Can you guys tell me how to prep a wall to paint?
Tough one. Now, had you asked me a gardening question like what's a perennial that can survive a light freeze, forget you.
From the German Bergnein.
Don't trust just anyone when it comes to paint. For expert advice, visit your authorized Benjamin Moore retailer.
Hi, Tom. Hey, how's the college visit? You remembered. It's good. Does it make the short list? You remember that, too. Yeah, I'm afraid so.
Knowing our clients.
If you want to run the city along with Rahm Emanuel, no, just kidding. If you want to manage the game along with Joe Madden, log on to WGNTV.com right now. Click on the WGN Sports Game Zone banner to connect to all of the up-to-the-minute stats and information while you watch from home. Game Zone is sponsored by The Great Escape. Pools, patio furniture, hot tubs, and more. Everything you need to have more fun at home this summer.
Todd Ricketts, the Cubs owners, also hanging out and enjoying the game. And how many times does a guy who made the defensive gem lead off the next inning? Usually 1 out of every 9 or so.
All right, big boy, have a night. Make a play, hit a home run. Give us a little action out here.
Changeup, swing and a miss for strike 1 on Rizzo. Red hot, 12 games. Cubs winning 11 of those 12. He has 19 hits. His on-base average 510. He's slugging .905.
And a lot of damage against this Brewer team. He's hit safely in 10 of the 11 games, compiling a .405 batting average, .881 slugging.
0-2. Breaking ball this time. Long run Perez with the shift on, and he makes a catch.
Kind of digging Perez's socks here.
I like it. Here's Chris Bryant. He's got an 8-game hitting streak. Jorge Soler has hit in 10 in a row, and he's on deck. And the ball well hit, deep to right. Braun is back. It's gone. Just into the front row to tie it at 1.
He likes him some Wrigley Field. My goodness, has he been good here. said time and time again, he's at his best when he's looking to shoot the ball the other way.
Number 16 on the year. Well, we had a good angle on it, but I couldn't quite tell. It was hit so high. Braun thought he had a shot at it. So we're tied at 1. Braun is homered for the Brewers. Bryant for the Cubs. One on Soler. Loopy curve. 1-2.
Soler 1 out of 3 last night. Drove in a run, scored a run, was also hit by a pitch. He struck out twice. Both times he was pitched really tough. The first time he was rung up on a fastball that was off the plate and down below the knees, and the next time he was called out on a pitch right over the outside corner.
Another ball hit out right in front of us as Braun makes a play. Third time Bryant out of his 16 major league home runs, he's gone to right. And here's Miguel Montero, 8 out of 19 against Garza. Garza in year 2 of a 4-year, $50 million contract, so he signed through 2017.
Road has not been kind to Matt Garza. 6.40 ERA away from Miller Park. And I believe earlier Montero's got pretty good numbers against him.
He does. Yeah, 8 for 19. So Matt's career, his home ERA, and he's pitched for a bunch of different teams as we referenced earlier, is a 3.35 ERA. On the road it's 4.50. About a run and a quarter more on the road. Could it be his routine? He's partially explaining it.
Yeah, it could be. I mean, I think a lot of players are better in their home ballpark than the road, regardless of whether it's a pitcher-friendly or hitter-friendly ballpark, except for the extremes. Just about everybody who's ever pitched for the Rockies is better on the road than at home. But knowing what we know about Matt, you know, how tied he is to his routine, that could help explain it.
One thing I noticed being out here, as the Cubs took the field and almost up until the very first pitch of the game, Garza was still taking his warm-up tosses in the visitors' bullpen. He had started to warm up. They had the national anthem. And that happens a lot. Starting pitchers get interrupted by the anthem, which usually takes a couple of minutes at most. But most starting pitchers are done warming up well before that. And I remember a start on the south side, right? He was still pitching in the bullpen
right
after the game had started. But that was after a rain delay, I recall. That one pulled way foul into the upper deck.
Well, the one thing, and we've talked about it a lot this year, when you're on the road, obviously you don't know exactly when you're going to make that first pitch if your team bats for a while. So sometimes guys will take a few extra tosses just to make sure that they're ready to go when their time does come.
Comebacker knocked down by Garza. And the throw is in time. Not a good throw, but it got to its destination just in time. Chris Bryant with an opposite field game, a tying home run. We're 1-1 after 2.
Every day, millions of amazing photos and videos are shot with iPhone. That's because the iPhone makes it easy for everyone to shoot amazing photos and video. If it's not an iPhone, it's not an iPhone.
I've been racing on the Hellman a long time. I wanted to be a TT racer and TT winner. It's the longest circuit in the world. It's the toughest circuit in the world. It's got to be the most dangerous circuit in the world. But I just can't help it. He's got hold of me and he won't let go.
Want a seat in every stadium in the league? MLB Extra Innings and Xfinity from Comcast put you in the front row for your favorite team wherever you live. With up to 80 out-of-market games a week, you can watch the games you want to watch all season long. Plus, with the X1 Sports app, you can get live scores in real time and easily switch between close games. Order MLB Extra Innings right now for just 4 easy payments of $49.75 each. Call 1-800-XFINITY or visit Comcast.com/sports today.
When you're tired, a great tasting 5-hour energy is just the thing. But what if you're tired and thirsty?
Water. Don't forget to check out Len and JD's baseball blog at WGNTV.com. Sponsored by Jeff Vukovich, your nationwide insurance agent serving the area for 37 years. To join the nation, contact Jeff at jeffvuk.com nationwide. He's on your side. Hanging in the bleachers, we're in right field on the Budweiser patio. The newly renovated patio. It looks great. And Chris Bryant just tied the game with a home run. Mason Hamill will face Garza, Peterson, and Lucroy.
Ooh.
Aggressive hack there by Matt.
Malicious swing. I feel like we should have a drink with an umbrella in it out here on the patio.
The slider. Garza's always had trouble throwing to bases, and he just got it there in time.
Just a little shot put. So a reminder for the Cub hitters that the bunt against Garza is always in play.
And we'll get some on a ground out to the mound.
So on Wednesday, August 19th, Cubs take on the Detroit Tigers. That's right, the Tigers are here. First pitch is at 7:05. First 10,000 adults 21 and over will receive a Cubs wine tumbler presented by Barefoot Wine. To purchase tickets, visit Cubs.com.
Peterson caught looking on strikes to start the game. Slider misses downstairs. Coughlin. 2 down. We'd love to see your selfies. Hashtag WGN Cubs. We use the selfies in our fan cam a little later on.
Oh, years ago, you probably could get arrested for saying something like that to somebody.
That's probably true.
I don't know what my selfies are, mister, but none of your business.
Right. There's Lucroy. Just missed the corner.
It's kind of fun being out here. It reminds me of being a kid going to the ball games. Sit in different parts of the stadium. You get a different perspective.
Caught by Coughlin. Timed the leap perfectly, and he steals away a hit from Lucroy, who can't find a break. He has lined out 3 times already in the series, and we're still tied at 1. Selfie time.
I've been racing on the Isle of Man a long time. I wanted to be a TT racer and TT winner. It's the longest circuit in the world. It's the toughest circuit in the world. It's got to be the most dangerous circuit in the world. But I just can't help it. He's got hold of me and he won't let go.
If you want the best of baseball all season long, Xfinity from Comcast gives you the best seat in the house. With MLB Network, you get live games 4 nights a week with 24/7 insider coverage and live look-ins every night. Plus, with the X1 Sports app, you get easy access to live scores so you can keep track of games around the league. Upgrade to Digital Preferred TV to get MLB Network for a great low price. Call 1-800-XFINITY or visit Comcast.com/sports today.
T-Mobile now extends your home field beyond the borders at no extra charge. Get 4G LTE data, unlimited calls and texts in Mexico and Canada just like in the U.S. That's coverage in 3 countries for the price of 1, only from T-Mobile.
Can you guys tell me how to prep a wall to paint?
Tough one. Now, had you asked me a gardening question like what's a perennial that can survive a light freeze? Organia.
From the German Bergnein.
Don't trust just anyone when it comes to paint. For expert advice, visit your authorized Benjamin Moore retailer.
Tomorrow, Cubs will be able to sleep in their own beds this weekend, even though they'll play 3 games on the road on the south side against the White Sox. Ford, America's best-selling brand, inviting you to go further in our fuel-efficient vehicles. Check out our entire lineup at your Ford store or localfordstores.com. Good look for you, JD.
It's a solid look for me.
1-1 tie. Cubs will bat here in the 3rd inning. 8-hitter is the pitcher, as per usual. Jason Hamill already with a career-high 9 hits on the season. Cut and a miss. Garza's got good stuff tonight. He usually does, but pretty crisp. We've seen him hit 95. He's thrown some good curveballs.
Yeah, well, you get to this stage of the season, you're having a tough year like he is. There's a sense of urgency. Not that he wasn't trying earlier in the year, but he knows he still has time to put up some numbers and kind of put together a semblance of a strong finish. With a little momentum heading into next year.
Gene Segura.
The 90s are coming back for at least one afternoon at the Cubs host 90s Day. It's August 21st versus the Atlanta Braves. Budweiser Bleacher fans 21 and older will receive a reissue neon Cubs hat in one of 2 spectacular colors. The game will feature sounds of the decade with popular 90s music playing between innings and much more. For tickets, visit Cubs.com.
Addison Russell going short. One and one on the curve. 1 for 3, hit by a pitch last night. And the Cubs 6-3 win. Into the grass, Segura with a long throw. 2 outs. Toronto blasting Oakland 10-3 as they go to the 5th inning in Toronto. The Jays looking for their 10th win in a row. Started the night a half a game back of the New York Yankees, who are tied at 1 in Cleveland in the 6th. The Indians won last night in 16 innings, 5-4, for the first time in Major League history since MLB expanded to 30 teams. All 15 home teams won on the same day. And 15-0.
Wow, I did not know that.
Elias reporting the closest we had ever gotten to that situation previously was back in 1914, when the home teams went 12-0 on May the 23rd, but that included 4 games in the Federal League. The collective winning margin last night, home team 80, visitors 32. There were 4 shutouts, and 7 of the 15 trailed at one juncture. You see 4 walk-off wins. I heard on the radio, and I don't gamble, but if you did the $100 parlay and all 15 teams would win, you would have won over $300,000.
So that's a bet you can make. I guess you could just bet on every game,
right?
If you were so inclined. Yeah, because the home field advantage factor in baseball is really not as great as it is in the other sports. In that Yankee-Cleveland game you referenced, the Yankees actually had a 2-run lead in the 10th or 11th. They scored 2. Cleveland tied it. We just said it ultimately went 16.
16 innings before the Indians won it. The Yankees have lost 4 in a row and have scored 5 runs total during the streak. Fowler draws the walk, and that'll keep the inning alive for Schwarber. On Saturday, August 22nd, the Cubs welcome in the Braves at 3:05, and the first 10,000 fans in attendance get a John Lester debut bobblehead presented by Las Vegas. For tickets, visit Cubs.com. So Schwarber beaten on a fastball in his first at bat. Didn't mean to, and that will go foul.
Yeah, this is what we were talking earlier about, this hot streak and looking for a why. Well, the maturity of these young hitters. And, you know, Rizzo's just doing his thing. He's done it all year long. The other guys, Soler and Bryant, have been kind of up and down, but definitely up lately. And Schwarber's been good from day one.
One on, 2 down. Tied here in the 3rd. Nearing dusk here in Chicago. Beautiful night. Very comfortable evening here at the ballpark. And we've had a few August nights that haven't been so comfortable with humidity and heat. This is just ideal.
Yeah, the hitters would prefer that it'd be a little warmer and the wind blowing out, but the fans, the patrons, us, couldn't be nicer.
On the outside corner.
Pitchers are digging it.
Fowler runs, swing and a miss, strike 3. So another 95-mile-an-hour fastball. Garza getting Kyle Schwarber. JD picked a few tunes tonight. Little Mungo Jerry. Is that Jerry Seinfeld?
That's Mungo Jerry.
Have a drink.
I've been racing on the Hellman a long time. I wanted to be a TT racer and TT winner. It's the longest circuit in the world. It's the toughest circuit in the world. It's got to be the most dangerous circuit in the world. But I just can't help it. He's got hold of me and he won't let go.
Want a seat in every stadium in the league? MLB Extra Innings and Xfinity from Comcast put you in the front row for your favorite team wherever you live. With up to 80 out-of-market games a week, you can watch the games you want to watch all season long. Plus, with the X1 Sports app, you can get live scores in real time and easily switch between close games. Order MLB Extra Innings right now for just 4 easy payments of $49.75 each. Call 1-800-XFINITY or visit Comcast.com/sports today.
T-Mobile now extends your home field beyond the borders at no extra charge. Get 4G LTE data, unlimited calls and texts in Mexico and Canada just like in the U.S. That's coverage in 3 countries for the price of 1, only from T-Mobile.
Can you guys tell me how to prep a wall to paint?
Tough one. Now, had you asked me a gardening question like what's a perennial that can survive a light freeze? Forget you.
From the German Bergnein.
Don't trust just anyone when it comes to paint. For expert advice, visit your authorized Benjamin Moore retailer.
Hi, Tom. Hey, how's the college visit? You remembered. It's good. Does it make the short list? You remember that, too. Yeah, I'm afraid so.
Knowing our clients personally is what we do.
It's okay. This is what we've been planning for. Thanks.
Hamill against Braun. Last time Jason faced the Brewers in Milwaukee, Braun took him deep. And then the first pitch he saw tonight, he did it again. This time he takes a fastball for strike 1. 4th inning, 1-1. Hamill struck out the first 2 batters in this ball game. He is nearing 1,000 strikeouts in his career. Currently at 997.
Nice milestone. Dan Herron reached one last night with his 150th big league win.
Fair ball. For the first, safe. Rizzo's foot apparently came off the bag. And Braun is aboard, likely with a single.
Plenty on the throw, a little bit offline. Rizzo, yeah, off the base.
That might be an error. We'll see. Well, they gave him a hit.
Anthony may have a little issue with the glove. That ball started to pop through the pocket.
And Anthony just got a new glove. So Braun is 2 for 2. Lind walked in the first. Braun 16 out of 18. He was a good base runner.
May be feeling a little frisky. Did not play yesterday. Well, he pinch hit, but he did not start.
Tenth career start for Hamill against the Milwaukee Brewers. 7 decisions, all wins. He is 9-0 against the Washington Nationals, but his .218, actually .307 against Milwaukee's his ERA. That ball lined left center. Fowler on the move makes the catch. Braun retreats to first.
And then put a real good swing on it. Nice break here by Fowler. Stretches out, hauls it in. Gets a round of applause from his pitcher. This is the Brewers' fourth look at Jason Hammel this year. 2 wins and a no decision against Milwaukee.
Oh, .218, okay. Made a mistake looking at the notes. Yeah, .218, that's the lowest ERA he has against any opponent. And already 2-0 this year. It should have been a lot better at night than during the day overall this season. Don't want to make too much out of it, but 2.28 under the lights, 481 in matinees.
I've gone out there with a little chip on his shoulder here tonight. He got pulled early from his last start against the Giants. 4+2 hitters, and Joe Madden went and got him after back-to-back walks in the 5th. Cubs had a 5-2 lead at the time. Jason voiced his displeasure after the game. Didn't like the decision, but said, let's move on. Hammel 6'6", has long arms and really uses that to his advantage. He gets really good tilt on his slider. That's the one when you talk to scouts after Jason Hammel's start. Usually they say, man, that slider is really good. And the scouts typically are perched behind home plate when they have a real good look. You can have a little empathy for the hitters who have to deal with these guys.
One and two on Chris Davis. We're on the runner at first, one away. Here it comes. Fly ball. Shallow center, and it's going to be Russell from the shortstop position to make the catch. Let's step aside and see what's coming up on WGN. We're back here on the Budweiser patio. Right over here, JD.
Well, you want us to look at the camera? I was looking at us on the monitor because I'm fixated. Look, I'm on TV and I can't look away.
It's a little shiny.
Yeah. Looking a little high gloss here this evening.
There's Scooter Gennett. Doubled in his first trip, batting 6th in the lineup.
I broke my own tenet of being on camera and get the shot in the ballpark. You either got to stick out your tongue, give the thumbs up with the peace sign,
right,
or some combination.
Braun started the inning with an infield hit. He's still at first with 2 outs. Cutting action on that fastball, strike 1. Tyler Cravey, a right-hander the Cubs have not yet seen, will pitch tomorrow against John Lester, who will try to get his record back to the 500 mark. He'll go in at 7-8 with a 3.22. Cravey 0-3 with a 540. Looking for the put-away pitch. Been efficient tonight. 45 pitches here in the fourth. Knocked down by Montero.
Well, if ever there's a time to gamble with the ball in the dirt, that would be it. 2-strike count on the hitter with 2 outs.
Jordan Zimmerman, Clayton Kershaw slated to match up at Dodger Stadium. Nationals and the Dodgers. Big night for Yasiel Puig last night in a 5-0 Dodger win as they snapped a 4-game skid. He knocked in all 5 runs, tripled and homered. 2-2. How did it not hit him? Jeanette wondering the same thing. Quick feet. You know what? He's a good scooter.
Good scooter. A little slider spin. Kicked it back the other way just a little bit.
Rizzo playing behind the runner Braun, who will go here with 2 outs on a 3-2 to Jeanette. Strike 3 on a slider to end the inning. Weezer will take us to break. It's 1-1.
I've been racing on the Alaman a long time. I wanted to be a TT racer and TT winner. It's the longest circuit in the world. It's the toughest circuit in the world. It's got to be the most dangerous circuit in the world. But I just can't help it. He's got hold of me and he won't let go.
If you want the best of baseball all season long, Xfinity from Comcast gives you the best seat in the house. With MLB Network, you get live games 4 nights a week with 24/7 insider coverage and live